Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus, and today, is my mic in shot? Yeah, I thought so. Today we're going to be playing some more Satisfactory. We're making a dessert factory. If only. There is actually a factory game that is about sort of making sweets and stuff, but it's like I can't remember where I saw it. It's horrendous, like visually, because it's like, they've gone neon colours and all this sort of stuff, and I think it's basically a troll game, but yeah, it's like, you do make sweets and all this sort of stuff, but there's a little gap there. Oh, that's a point. I don't have. Where's VSync? There's VSync because it never saves the setting. And then I get screen tear. It looks horrible. Cool. So, we are back at the dessert factory. And I brought a load of stuff over. I was saying this at the end of yesterday's stream. I brought a load of like bits and pieces over. Including, like all of the extra things that we would need to actually build the machines I was planning out yesterday. So we don't have that gap anymore. Plus a load of like concrete and stuff. So I can kind of build things here. Extend the structure and etc. But well, I also put in power lines. So this is now connected to that power line over at the beach. And the big one down there is connected to the main power of the other factories. So we have access to the power. What I do want to do though is, because another thing I did was, we obviously have hazmat suit as our next kind of target, and I set up a tiny little thing making the 50, I think it's probably made like 5 more or something, but the 50, what they call filters, like gas mask filters. So we can nip back to the thing and do that. But also, I kind of realised and remembered that I have unlocked hover pack. So if we grab some of the old Alclad aluminium sheet because we're going that way, if we grab some of that, and we should have 4 heavy modular frames knocking about, we can make a hover pack, and that hopefully might help me with the building. I'm thinking maybe if I just sort of drop stuff off as well, because we don't want to do anything other than kind of grab that material. But if I drop some stuff off, then we could maybe just make sure, I'm not actually fussed about dumping all of it, but, we could get some more of the framey things and all that sort of fantastical gubbins and bits and pieces. Put those screws away as well. These, I very much doubt there'll be pipes. I did limit the machine making the heavy modular frames, so if it has maxed out, then it might have made some, but as you can see we've got 112 in total. Not that we really need them. Put that in there as well. Anything in that? Well, I might as well dump those as well. So we've got a nice empty inventory, so we can go and get some stuffs. Yeah, I have to take the truck back because while I put the power lines in, I did not put the rail line in because, as I was saying yesterday, I suspect that's one of the things that killed the fun a bit for me, putting all that rail in. Especially then not actually using the rail in any way, shape or form. I do just want to check the audio on the stream, because it's not too loud for you guys. If I do that, yeah, no, there we go. Cool. Yeah, so we're going to set it up in the sense of I'll try and build all of the connected machines and sort of hook them up to power. Whether we get round to actually mining everything and bringing it over might be a different question, because we obviously need to pull in quite a lot of resources, and there are quite a lot of hogs and other interesting creatures guarding it all. If I'd had the stamina, I would have done this round trip. I think I've run this guy over about 5 times now. But yes, I kind of ran out of steam again. I did also do a little bit of work on... I've actually been playing, as much as I managed to fit in, a game called Islands and Trains, which is basically... There's a few games that I've tried that have tried to kind of recreate the experience of like building toy train sets, and they've not generally hit with me. They've always been a bit sort of, you know, a bit clunky or a bit sort of... I mean, one was quite nice and pretty and had quite a good interface, but it was more like, you know, like the sort of train set you know, a 6-year-old would have. So wooden trains and, you know, very, very simple. That it was gorgeous and stuff, but, you know, like for example, the people with those little wooden, you know, they're just a ball with a sort of, you know, that sort of shaped body, and that was it, sort of thing. So that was kind of the one that get closest. But Islands and Trains is more about it limits the space you've got quite a lot, and it's about building little dioramas more, and there's a lot of cosmetic type pieces with it, because all these games often have, you know, there's no purpose to them, it's just build what you want. Although it does have achievements, but so it's got... Oh, hello, evening, how you doing? It's got achievements, and there's 2 maps that come with it that I just loaded up to take a look at what they've done, you know, to get some inspiration, some ideas, and it gave me... There's only 10 achievements, and it gave me 8 of them, simply loading those up. So I kind of I kind of wish they'd put some warning on that. But you know, the achievements are just build 10 of these, and you know, I think the one that I've got left is put 20 sheep in the level, and it's that sort of stuff. You know, there is no economy, there is no fact. I mean, you can make something that's agricultural, but there's no like factory type stuff in it, and definitely no, you know, management type mechanics. Just jump off of... Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, actually no, because I can get back up there, can't I? Yeah, so we'll leave the truck here. I bet the truck's probably got some stuff in it. I didn't think about that. Oh, not too much, but yeah, they're okay. Yeah, so I've been playing that quite a bit, but I also did a bit on the old Factorio base from yesterday, and finished off the area where there's all the power production type stuff. So next time we're ready to go with satellite production and then white science, and we'll see how terrible my my designs are. If I'm possessed to do Factorio during the week, I'll focus on building new, you know, green circuits and red circuits and steel and those sorts of things, clearing out the biters, all the sort of drudgery type work. Obviously I'm killing time because it's just me going back to the main base again. It'd probably be actually quicker because, you know, we're over here, and so I'm going all the way around here in order to go back to here. So it'd actually probably be quicker going around there, but that means going through the swamp, which you can't get really vehicles through, or you couldn't, and so we'd have to be running away from spiders all the time. But yeah, I'm very seriously considering going Sky Factory, basically. Just sort of build up and do something way up high that I can then, you know, I don't have to worry about terrain and all of those sorts of annoying things. So we need to nip over to the actual aluminium build. We don't have the tubes over there, but we do have belts we can run along. Missed. This has been running sufficiently long. I bet it's probably filled up these chests. These boxes, rather. Yeah, so if we take, say... I mean, it's only 100, and I think I've got a load over there, but we'll take 2 stacks of that. And then this, it's like 4 for the hover pack, so... don't really need a lot of it, but if we take, say... 1,000, then we've got for... or should I take more? Full empty inventory. Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll take some more of that as well. And I can just stick it in a... because most of the text coming up use Owlcloud, so... Yeah, if that's any kind of your cup of tea, the building, model train sets and that sort of thing, then it's worth having a look at Islands of Train. It's only £5. I think they've underpriced it, to be honest with you. I'd have happily paid a 10 or 15 quid for it. So there is no purpose. It's just build something pretty. I'm currently building sort of a castle. And I'm going to build like a... I'm going to kind of envisage it as multiple, so they're little dioramas, and then they, imagine them all connected together. Because you can only actually put one train on it, so it's only worth having one track. But you can do junctions and stuff like that. So, So yeah. I suspect the size limit is like a lot of these engines have asset limits. You can only put so many assets in a game. So it's probably to do with that. Also finished the next video in the lore speculation series. Recorded the final bit, which is actually the very first bit, where I do the joke to camera. So that's just I just need to review it, and then that'll be live for members. Okay, so this is my little thing making the filters. So we'll see how many it's actually made. 52. Okay. Right turn. And then we also need 500 of your finest Caterium wires, which are in there. And we've got 100 aluminiums. So I can pop all of them in. Send that on its way.
Milestone reached. The hazmat suit protects the wearer from radiation by consuming iodine-infused filters. You may find this protection essential if you are going to finally get around to saving humanity. I previously gave you compliments in an attempt to inspire you, but it might have given you the wrong idea. I will definitely be totally honest with you from this moment on. Here is a demonstration of a truthful compliment. That suit looks like it was made for you. Because it was.
Blimey. Okay, so to make the hollow pack, what do we need? We've got the aluminium, so we need some pooters and some motors. Okay. Pooters. Motors. Motors. Cool. So this then gives us this here. Oops, get that crafted. There's your hazmat suit. Cool. So hazmat suit then requires fabric, plastic, and rubber. Okay. Your iodine infused filters. Oh, quick wire, okay. Because we need to do that if we're going to do any kind of... We can set the production thing up for, you know, for nuclear. It's just the actual uranium is obviously radioactive, so that becomes a little bit tricky. What we want to do then is... We can put this, I think... Is that the right one? Oh, it's on the back, is it? Okay. There we go. And then we can go up. Tiddly up, up. Oh, you can go a lot higher than... Unless there's a power pole knocking around, is there? Ah! They've tweaked that. Because it was quite low that you weren't... it's a C, isn't it? Yeah. And it wouldn't let you go very far at all away from any kind of power pole. So I wonder... Oh, that's a lot more generous, which is really good. Yeah, there we go. So we're running out of power. But we're miles away from a power pole. Huh. Cool. Nice. We'll keep... I guess I'll keep the jetpack and stuff. So what I guess the body is for the suit, and then that would be like the gas mask if you're wearing it separately? I've not made a gas mask, obviously. Okay. So what milestone would we want next? We've done everything in Tier 7. So aeronautical engineering would require us to make some RCUs, which is a whole set of chains we don't have. We did grab quartz, obviously, for the other production, didn't we, to make silicon. So we could, in theory, start making those at some point, but it's for drones. I don't really care about drones. I'm sure they're the most amazing thing ever, but yeah, I don't care. This is what we would probably want, and that would then need superb computers. We're not making 2 of the items for those, and we would need 50 of them. Advanced aluminium production, I believe, gives us better recipes, but also lets us make the actual things we need for... Oh no, they're not. I keep getting confused by that. Leading edge production. That's where we get one of them, isn't it? Thermal propulsions. Minor Mark 3, so what? Turbo motors. So what? Particle enrichment is where we need to be, though. Okay, so if we select nuclear power, I mean, the only thing we're really missing is the AI supercomputers, right? But that one and that one are kind of the most important text I get. But I think, you know, it gets more tree-like You know, because you, in order to make those guys turbo motors, you need, not drones, you need production, but I think they use RCUs, do they? I can't remember. In fact, I don't know. I've never done it. Yeah, fused modular frames, which is kind of why I'm thinking of making these more heavy modular frames, because those have got to be, you know, heavy modulars plus aluminium, haven't they? So, you need them to do that research. Yeah, so I don't know, but okay. So let's select nuclear powers. Do we want to stick some of the bits in? Kind of depends, really. I mean, we had I put a load of stuff in here. So we've got 160 heavy debris. So we'd still need more than that. Okay. Can I put... Oh, yeah, so I can put, say, them in there. And I put them in there. I guess we could take some back with us. I don't think they're used in anything that we're making, but what the heckins? We could go and have a look. See how many heavy modulars we have made, and if that's overloaded to give us pipes. It has, but we probably wanted to let it make it some more, because we need 200 for the other. So we'll take 100 and let it chug away. But that should mean it might. What have you got in? You're just motors, which we've got millions of. Oh. No, so it didn't manage to back up. What it might have though is some in the machine. 100 and... oh no, 14. Nice. Right, so anything else that's over here? We've got, I know I've got loads of motors and stators and potatoes and rotators. So if we go with a few of them, and then I took the regular... No, we must have regular modular frame. Yeah, there they are. Let's take some of those as well then. Treat ourselves. I think they've changed the audio on it as well. I don't remember it being this like loud and rattly. Interesting. Yeah, this is way more generous with how far you can go and stuff like that. Good, because that was the annoying part of it. It was like you'd go 2 meters away from your factory and suddenly you were falling out the sky. So if we put them in there, you see, we've then got the 200. I know I've got 1,000 cables because there's like a million, there's an entire crate of them, and certainly got 2,000 concrete, so they're not a problem. But yeah, we're not making any supercomputers, and we're not going to either. So if I take... Right, so a bit of that. Definitely need screws. Rods, maybe a couple of those. And then... yeah, the truck's kind of full of them, isn't it? Cables, always need more cables there. And we'll have one of wire. Pipe I think we're fine with. Cool. Oh. What we don't have that it seems like we probably need is like proper Caterium production. But yeah, that gives us concrete plate. We could grab some of the reinforced beams at the other factory. I've got the hover pack. I did that milestone. So we're ready to do nuclear next. Yeah. Hello, Egg Magician. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Howdy, howdy. I can't remember what you were working on in Factory. I know you were targeting, was it 50,000 of one of the science packs, but I think that was a few weeks back. I think one of most it's interesting when I was speculating about, you know, space age and that, one of the things I mentioned, and it's in actually space exploration, it turns out, is that there's like a few random chests. Well, like the best one is actually there's like a spaceship stuck out in one of the asteroid fields, like pre-built, but it didn't quite work properly. So effectively there's like little goodie bags, basically, goodie boxes of things that are useful. And obviously this game is sort of riddled with them. There's all the, you know, crashed drones and all that sort of stuff, as well as, you know, the whatever they're called, mercerspheres and all that sort of stuff. And I kind of suggest, you know, I said maybe something like that would be in Space Age. And then actually playing this game and SpaceX, I actually found that quite annoying. Because it's like, I say, there's a bit of it becomes an element of, you know, your Pokemon style, got to collect them all type of thing. And that's fun. I know a lot of people love that sort of thing, but it's fun for me for a bit, and then I get bored. I think part of it though is it's like identical each time. You know, there's no variety to it. So if we grab, I don't think we need computers. They chug away on that. Actually, I'd be curious to know how close we are to filling these back up. Oh wow, okay. Think we need to dump all this out, I'm afraid. I need to go and switch those recipes. Make them do the... Isn't that ironic? Sort of making it do the rubbish recipe in order not to overflow. Get rid of the rubber. The rubber's the worst one, I think, because there's absolutely no use for it. So we'll take a bunch of them. And then what about plastic then? Ah, yeah, okay, so that's not... No, it has used quite a lot. I produced quite a lot. Just get rid of them. I'm sure there's probably some mass delete button. Oops. Get rid of them. Because obviously as soon as this all fills up again, our power goes out. Because brilliant planning. Not the best week, man. We're going on one step at a time. Hope you're doing well. Nice to meet you guys. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. I swapped to vanilla to get the rest of the achievements. It takes bloody ages now because they are very late game. We'll get it sometime. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear you. You're not doing so well, Bacon. I hope it's nothing too serious. I wasn't having much fun myself a while back. I kind of mentioned it on stream, as I do. But there are all sorts of questions over whether my job was going to continue and if it was going to change and all that sort of stuff. And it's particularly sort of frustrating because my boss was... They were effectively sort of asking me what I wanted to do. And I was like, well... Because there's an element, there's a degree to which this job is like my perfect job that I'm doing. And then they're coming along going, you know, oh, we're going to change it all, and it's going to be, you know, you're not going to be able to do that job. And I'm, and then they're asking me, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, this job. You're imposing this change on me. I don't want it to change. So yeah, it was much fun, but and it's still up in the air, but I'm a bit more sort of sanguine about it now. Boop. Okay, so where the hell did I park my truck? Over here. Here we go. Let's see how far we can get with the old. Yeah, it's way more generous. I like it. Nope. I haven't really thought about achievement runs. I think I said last week. I don't love Space Age in the way that I love Factorio. And that doesn't mean I don't like Space Age. But it hasn't quite got its teeth into me. I'd say I think part of it was that weird thing of it added loads and loads of stuff, but they're all a little bit shallow. As in, you know, you're only making a few things with them. And obviously you can scale up then and make it more efficient and, you know, blah blah blah. But what I wanted in Space Age was like a better end goal. I'm going to do a whole video on it, kind of explaining my issues. It's tricky to write though, because I don't want it to sound like I'm, you know, slagging it off sort of thing. It certainly isn't that. I guess I could probably do. I wonder if that's why they've extended the range on it, so that you can hover pack between your big power poles, maybe. Interesting. Because it keeps tagging the actual towers. We haven't been in there at all, have we? The new oil area. Yeah, I'll have to think about achievement runs. I didn't do the physics. Oh. Didn't do no spoon on that until very, very late, so I'm not too fussed. Okay. I guess the other thing I could look at in this is more of the MAM research. I've kind of not really done anything with that, but I think it involves building things that I've not really set up. So like the crystal oscillators. I think I need loads of them and things like that. Okay, nearly there. So it's only taken half an hour just to go on a supply run. Can I get through that? Yeah, there we go. There's my hoggy boy. Okay. Right then. What do we need? I guess I need... I've probably got enough stuff, haven't I? Gonna need like motors and stuff, I think. More of them. More of them. Got some of them rods, yeah, that's cool. Scrap some screws. Some of those. We've got that. Got computers, I guess. Circuit boards on plastics and stuff. Just to have a grab bag of everything. That's more like. Okay. So I built these here. And if we're going to have the actual resources coming in, then it makes sense to have that there. I'm thinking just doing my, manifold thing as per usual. I was thinking about messing about with balancers, but I'm not sure I can be bothered. Constructors, no, we need. What do we need? We need smelting first. Which way round is the front? So that's the input, isn't it? But in fact, why am I now messing about when I've got eagle eye view? So if we were to say, I guess. What would be a lining up point? It would be about there, wouldn't it? Oops. Oh. In fact, let's put some power poles around the shop. How far can I take you? Up to the edge? Yeah, cool. And then if we go, say, one over there somewhere. Oops. One over there. Up there, maybe. Okay. Right. What happened there? Oh, wrong mode. Okay. So the arrow is the front. So if we build the first one, let's build it, say... One more, okay. Does that line up? I don't think that's actually a nice straight line. If this was the logistics there, output that way. Yeah, I don't think that's in a nice line, is it? No, that's okay. Optical illusion. Okay. So if this was our smelters here, and they kind of come out, one of our sets of smelters anyway, they kind of come out that way. Oops. I don't know, say there. Then I guess we're going to need a whole load of them, really, aren't we? I don't actually want to do this. Because I kind of need to work it backwards, still. So if we'd say smelters was on this level, and then let's do a ramp. I keep trying to use R to rotate, because I'm a silly person. So go to there, say. Is 3 enough? I can't remember whether 3's in C to descend. Do we need a 4th one? Let's go with the 4th one. And then... Oh. This. No. go just to there randomly for now. And then across to that side. Well, come on. So as if that bottom floor is all the smelting. No. And then four. 1, 2, 3, 4. That. Whoops. Don't want key I pressed there. If we could just go up to say there. Connect them so I don't do any silliness with power errors. What do you want? Oh, I've done that in the wrong place, haven't I? Well, no, I mean, yeah, I have, but what it probably means is this should all be one tile over. This is always the most fun bit of it. You can float outside your factory. I do like the holder bank. So, like that. So I think we do need a little bit of copper. Okay. You on there. Connect to avoid silliness. Cool. There's a question then is, am I going to go up like here maybe? I haven't done anything with the awesome shop, have I? Because there's all sorts of stuff like... No, it'd be better if it was like there, I think, wouldn't it? Yeah. There are all sorts of lovely, lovely building pieces in there. Yeah, I haven't touched it yet. What? The tongue's going. I must be concentrating. So, if this bottom floor is where we do both iron and copper smelting, because I think I need a bit of iron, bit of that. Maybe also the steel. I'm sure we could get that to work. Maybe the steel comes in, yeah, the coal for the steel comes in, like on this other side or something. Something like that, maybe. And then we take it out somewhere and we make, well, how do I want to do it? So we go, well, let's have a look at the, so heavy, heavy modular frames. They're made of screws, encased industrial wind beams, steel pipes, and modular frames. Now, modular frames are reinforced iron plate and iron rods. And those are iron plate and screw. So we need like a whole load of production of iron plate, a whole load of production of rods, a whole load of production of screws. Because they're like our foundationals. So do I want to do those as separate floors or just like one giganto floor? I think that's on there. There's some weird like squeaky noises. Bizarre. We could try and do something where... could we? Because they're like... that's one over, but then like one over, isn't it? So I'm sort of doing it... not there, but there. And then equivalent on there. So I'm kind of thinking of this as like a factory that just makes these guys. And obviously I can, I have loads of those. We're not limited to just that. And then over the other side, you have the same sort of thing. So it's like not there, but there. Because I have, I think, unlocked like the wall mounts and stuff like that. Not that I've built any walls, but we certainly got the roof ones. These ones, mounted ceilings. Yeah. Of course, the advantage of those is you can do between them. So we can go one in, isn't it? It's not there. It's there. Like that. And then we can go. So if we put it at the bottom, but it can go right to here, I think. Yeah. And then it can go up. Ah, but we don't want it to be that one, do we? Because that's where I put the stairs. So it actually need to be right there. It's a weird go still on that. Yeah. Which means if we could just kind of go around in a sort of a big circly thing. There should in theory be one there, but I think what I actually do probably it'll only be like 3 sides. So yeah, in theory we could do that. And I could dedicate a floor. It's probably a little excessive, but we could dedicate a floor. I guess the question was, does it involve any copper? And I didn't really answer that. I know it involves steel. So it's all iron, I think, isn't it? Because that's all, there's no copper in there. Yeah. And then, can I go back? No. That one. No copper in there. No copper in there. And they're just steel and concrete. So it does involve concrete. So that will be something we do need to process. Okay. But we could do that on the floor that we need to. So yeah, we could therefore have blueprint. Let's put in 3 constructors. Arrow tells me the front. No, that's the front. So it is backwards. I keep doing it that way. Yeah, so we'd have to kind of flip it round. I guess what would be better to do is maybe do it that direction. Because that's effectively what I'm doing with each floor, is rotating it. So if we were to go... This is iron plates floor. I mean, I could maybe do a... Wondering about effectively having a sort of a second factory on the side. Let's just put these in. So that would be the iron plates, and they would have to go up to wherever, because we don't convert them into anything else. But screws and rods, or rather rods and screws, are kind of the same thing. So got another constructor in here, and I guess this one would be like... It kind of depends where it's coming up, doesn't it? But this would be, say... That's the 2R. Don't want the 2R. We want 3 constructors. That's the front. So if we just pop that in there for the moment. So if this is making, say, rods, and then this third layer here. Boop. 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 So this layer, because we can go up like that, 4, like that. I'm going to end up with this like weird square factory, aren't I? So we need an extra row on that one. But this floor... sorry, floor below. So this floor, where I guess I'm doing in this direction? Did I get signs? This is going to be quite useful, I think. To put a sign in. Did I get signs? What would they be under? Organisation? No? No? I don't think I did. I was all like, oh, cosmetic rubbish. Maybe under power? No. Production? No. Special? No. I did not unlock science. That's annoying. So we got iron and iron, you know, ingots and steel and maybe concrete. Iron plates. Rods. So this is screws. Screw you. That one there. I'm still trying to work out the numbers, basically, where I failed last week to do that math. So that then would be screws. I think I am going to do like a separate factory, or a separate side, as it were. So this one here, and we'll do like... Oh, what am I out of? Nothing. So we will then have, on this side of the factory, things I can't afford. Okay? Let's take them. I didn't actually look and see what we were out of. No. What we're missing? What were you moaning about? It must have been concrete. Okay. The point is that over this side, once I've worked out the numbers and stuff, we will have foundries. Okay. And probably oh, it's already on still. Okay. And probably concrete. Isn't it's literally just concrete. It's just so maybe we could have this bit on the side here. This could do the concrete because that's just it. It's just constructors making. Let's use the tour. Making concrete, isn't it? But it's like weirdly heavy with. Yeah, 3 become 1. Cool. So if that's where the concrete is, so we've got the iron side, steel side, and concrete side. And those, I mean, concrete's just it, so it will just go up somewhere. But steel, we need to make it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do that, put that in, and then get rid of this one. So it's, I visually know what the difference is. Okay. And then, so steel, we need both pipes, which are constructor, I think. Yeah. But we also need, oops, steel beams. So we kind of do the same. Madness. So we then have. Oh, it's a bit small. That would be why. The steel, whatever they're called, beams are also constructor, I think. Yes. Okay, let's go back to the beginning here. So heavy modular frames. We need screws just as screws, which needs rods. So we put those in as floors. Okay. Right here. It needs the encased industrial beams, which is the ones we just put in, the beams plus the concrete we just put in. It needs the steel pipes, which is what we just put in. It then needs the modular frames. Now they're more complicated because they are rods. We've got the floor for that. And reinforced iron plate. And reinforced iron plate is iron plate and screw. So we've got the floor for that. So what we need to do next is the floor that makes reinforced iron plate, possibly one that does modular frames. Not sure about that. But we also need, because we then need to make those guys. So we could make the encased industrial beams on this equivalent floor. And there. So this floor here. We will do our little trick. So I visually know what's the difference. I think that's 1 too far, isn't it? There. Oops. So our encased industrial beams must be made in a assembler. I guess. Oops. Yeah. I was looking at the old recipe, wasn't I? I just remembered that. So that's steel beams and concrete, which we know we got from the other one. These guys here, I think this is just screws, isn't it? Yeah. So we would need to take screws. Let's look at it again, because I always remember. I always forget. So it's that one, but that requires me to do the those reinforced iron plates. So I've basically got three steps left. There's reinforced iron plates, modular frames, and they're like they're a build-up recipe. So that's we need to make them, and then we make them, and then we make the heavy modular out of all the bits and pieces that we've got. So in theory, we would have 3 more floors, but we're into the territory. You know, there's going to be 2 of these. 2 machines. 2 per minute. So we would need to make 10... No, we would need to make 4 per minute. No, we wouldn't. Need to make 10, 20 per minute of them. And each one, it's only 2 per minute, so it's like 10 of them. Which is bonkers. But that's why I was looking at the other recipe, because that's so much quicker. But requires more. It just swaps the screws, that's right. It swaps the rods for screws. And it's not necessarily any cheaper, but it is massively more productive because it makes 5, or quicker because it makes 5 a minute. Yeah, so we want to use that alt recipe, but we've got to make the whatchamacallits first, the reinforced iron plate. Okay, so if this floor next to the next one up, we are out of what? Concrete again. Concrete again. Which must mean we also need iron plate. Watch us run out of iron plate. The most basic of ingredients. Whee! Okay. So I'm going to extend that over. That. And then we need what? We need blueprints, and it's assemblers, I think, because it's a 2 recipe thing. Just pop them in. And then this is the alternate recipe. No, I need to make them first, don't I? So it needs to be that one on this floor. I mean, it would make sense to do the... What's your ingredients? Screws and plates, though. I think if we make the modular them there, and then I do another side factory, where would the best place... Oh! Run out of juice. What are you making? You're making rods Could you be making rods? Oh, too far. Too far from the power. And then is this screws? Which one would I have done? Yeah, so this is screws. So we could make... I'm getting a fair distance from the power. I'm thinking if this is the modular frames, then we could have the heavy modular frames. Which is literally 2 machines. Here. Blueprints for these are sat on my blueprinting machine. So hand make them. So this would be the manufacturer. Boop. Making heavy modular frames. So yeah, we would need to feed up, you know, those 3. This is coming from across here. And this is the one that needs the reinforced plates. So we could either make them... Why don't we make them on the side here? So if we've got a separate one, that's going to be an assembler too, I think? Oh, need cables. Cables. Do we have wire? Yeah, plenty. See, I'm already happier. Because building, you know, I'm looking down on everything, so I can kind of see it. Okay, so that must be assemblers again. Making those guys. Now, let's numbers it. See how badly I can mess this one up. I still don't really know what happened with the purple sciences. Well, 2 weeks ago now, or a week ago. I still don't have managed to mess that maths up. If we're making 2 per minute for 1 machine, then that requires 10 modular frames per minute. So that would be 20 modular frames we would need to make. Each one makes 5. So all we need is 1 more. Okay. Are you going to let me copy and paste? Are you going to be good? Pasted, pasted, pasted. Okay. We'll ignore the screws for the time being. It needs 7.5 each machine. And we know these need to run at rate. So each machine requires 7.5, which is 30. So we need to make 30. That's one way around, isn't it? Of these. And each of these machines makes 5. So if we need 6 of them. So what we need is exactly the same thing. Come on. We need another one of these. 3 times assembler. Yeah, I put that literally... Oh no, well, it's wrong, isn't it? But it's fine. You paste? Paste? Paste. Okay. So these are, you know, numerically balanced up. For this we need 140 screws per minute. Ouch. What do you need? You need... Well, let's look at the iron plate. So we need 30 iron plate a minute to feed one of these machines. And we know we need these to run at rate as well. All 6 of them. So we've got 6. So we've got 6 times 30. Maths. 6 times 30. 180. So we need to make 180... I haven't got my light on again. Oops. 180 iron plate. Were you iron plate? Yes, you are. If each one makes 20... Nine. Okay. No, you didn't copy. Okay. So we then need this exact same thing. Which way round is it going? Not that way round, that way round. So we need this one like 3 times. Okay. Okay. So we've got 9 of them. We need to supply each one with 30 iron ingots per minute. So we've got 9 of them, which need to be supplied with 270. It's almost like it matches one of the belt speeds. 270 iron plate. Iron ingots. You make 30 a minute. Which is the exact reverse, isn't it? So we need 9. Oops. To just supply these. But my thing has... Okay, so I need 1 more. That way around, maybe? Come on. Paste. 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 And then I need to pop the same blueprint in. Why is that the line-up point? It didn't visually look like the line-up point. It doesn't matter, because I'm going to rebuild it all anyway, but that's very strange. Okay. Let's paste you in here. Oops. Here. 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 And here. Okay. So that would supply enough iron plate and etc. Let's look at some of the simpler other things. And then we'll come back to the whole screw and rod debacle later. So, yeah, another one of the idiots from the estate drives their very loud vehicle around. Okay. Steel pipes then. We need 40 a minute, so we need 80 steel pipes a minute. 80 steel pipes a minute. Crikey. That would be 2 down, I guess, then. So it'll be here. Oops. Each one makes 20, so we need 46, so we need 1 more machine. Okay. And if each one requires 30 steel a minute, so we're talking 4 times 30, which is 60, 120. How much do you make? You make 45. 45. Oops. 90. 135. Wasn't that enough? I guess we need 30, 60, 90, 120. Oh, we've got 45, 90, 135. So ever so slight overproduction. That's fine. Guess we can do the other part. Which is encased industrial beams. 10 a minute. That's 20. So we've got 2. So 20, oops, 20 encased industrial beams divided by 6, okay. So 20 is 3.333333. So it's the 3 we've got plus 1 running a bit slower. I don't know why I keep hitting that does that. Okay. 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 That then each of those requires 18. I might as well math it that way. So 18 divided by, well, let's do 4 then, 72. Now we had 15 left over, 57 extra, which is definitely not a whole machine. No, wrong row. Okay. Wrong one. Wait, am I looking at the wrong thing? I think I am, aren't I? Because... Wait, let's start that. Oops, start that again. It's this one. I need 18 steel beam a minute for 4 machines. 18, yeah, the 15 I'm taking off is the wrong thing. So we need 72 of the steel beams. The steel beams are these ones, yeah. So I need 72, and you're making 15. So 30, 45, well, 70, 72, no, 15. 4.8, so we need 5 more machines, constructors, okay. Okay. See, okay. Now if we then got 5 of those, and they require 60 a minute, that then means, so 5 times 60, 300, but that was where we had 15, so it's we need 285 more steels. Oops. 285 more steels, and each one makes 45. So 285 divided by 45. 6.31111111111. So really we kind of need 7. That's very annoying. Okay. We'll put one in here. And then we need another entire one of them for foundries. We have run out of rotators. Nope. Row of your finest potators. I need more cables really as well, don't I? Do some more rods. Okay. So we need foundry. Wash you there. I think you're the wrong way around. It's fine. Okay. And then we need to paste in recipe. Excellent. So that gets us the beams that are encasing, but we also need concrete, don't we? Yeah, and we've got we've got 4 of them. So we need, I didn't look at the number. It's 4 times something. 4 times 36. 36. 144 of your finest concretes. How much do you make? You make 15 and that's it. Okay. That's a lot. That's like 10 basically. Not like 10. Oh, I did it again. It is 10. So what do we need? We need 10. Wow. Constructors. So if we do that 4 more times. 2, 3. Oops. Oh. Good thing I put it over there then. Oops. Excuse me. So that encases our industrial beams. I think we're just into the rods and screws territory. So let's start at the top. Because this needs screws. It needs 480 screws just on its own. I bet there's some alternate recipe that's like an amazing screw producer. But we ain't got it. Was this going to be screws? No, this is the rods. This is the rod that make the screws. Is this screws? Yes. Each machine makes 40 screws a minute, and we needed 408. Was it 480? I keep thinking that and thinking it's absolutely bonkers. 240 a minute, 480. Wow. 480. So we need to go 480 divided by, was it 40? 12. Just, yeah, just for the actual final thing. So we need 12. So we need 4 more lots of this. Just for the final product. And we also need to stick them in a load of other things as well. Crikey. So I need 3 constructors. We are out of reinforced iron plate. Which is that one. What are you? Oh, you're the iron plate, okay. So this must be the rods. Oops. This must be the screws. And we needed 12 of these? Yeah. So I need that 4 more times. 3 more times. Reconstructors. So we need... See, why didn't that line up? Why you be weird? So 2... 3... And then we run out of room. This is all screws. East, 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 east. Awesome. Well, not awesome. In order to feed 12 of these, well, each one requires 10. So it's only 120 rods. No, it isn't. Yeah, no, it is. Each one requires 10. I think somebody. I saw a thing on the Reddit that they've tweaked that recipe. So this is going to 1.1 is going to break my factory, and it's not really much of a factory to break. We've not done anything with rods at all so far, have we? We've not used them anywhere else. So this is just purely for screw production at the moment. Okay. Each of these machines makes 15 rods. So we needed 120 rods, and each machine makes 15. So we need 8 machines. We have 6. So we need to put in 3 out. And we are out of cables this time. No wonder I ran out of stuff last time. Cables. Might as well top off the wires as well. Oops. What was this? This is rods. That isn't, that's plates. Keep doing that. What did we need? We needed 12? No, we needed 8. Okay. So we did another 3. Like so. And then we need a 2. So. See, why are you not showing me the line? Yeah, so I need to change that to rods. Okay. Okay. And each of those requires 15 ingots. So we have 8 of them. Another 120 ingots. We gots to get your ingots. And they make 30. And that's a nice number because 120 divided by 30 is 4. Which is exactly what I've got in my blueprint. Sometimes it does all work out. Okay. So you need to be iron ingots. Okay. Right, so that's just one of the things that needs screws. Because these modular frames also need screws. And these also need screws. Didn't I... Yes, because this was the screw recipe. We look at that. We've got the... Is that not the one I got the alternate recipe of? Which is the alternate recipe one then? I'm sure it's that one. Guess we got... Oh, it's the bolt, it's them. So I wouldn't normally need screws for them, but I've done a recipe that needs them. Okay. So let's have a look at these, because we've got the plates. So each one of these requires 60 screws a minute. Whoops. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each needs 60. I got 6 of them, so I need another 360 screws. And each one of those makes 40. So we need 360 divided by 40 is another 9 machines. Wow! This is going to be insane. 3 of those. So put you there, 3. Wasn't it another 9? Right. Am I imagining that? No, another 9. No, that's only 3 in that blueprint. Where's my cursor gone? Wow. So, this needs to be bigger. Wow. Because we need even more than this. I put in 6, didn't I? So I need another 3. I was wondering why there's a random power button. Of course, that's the one I put on the edge. So yeah, we'll just drop them in. And I didn't do any of these recipes, did I? Done that one. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we added 9, and each requires 10 rods. We added 9, each requires 10 rods, so we need 90 rods. And we get 15 rods a minute. So we need 19. So we need another 6 of these as well. So just chuck them in. What are we out of now? We're out of iron plate. No. We will almost certainly need more cables. And we needed, what? Another 6, so we need another 3. Movement. Do-be-do-be-do. So we added 6 of these, and each uses 50. It's just 1 to 1, so 6. Oops. 15 the other way, so we need to add 90 more here, and each one makes 30, so it's 3 more of these basically. As you can see, I just higgledy-piggledy in there. So I have one extra basically, because we haven't quite done with the rods yet and screws. So I did this one, didn't I? Was it this one I did? Or was it this one? Yeah, it was that one, wasn't it? So if we got 4 of these, and each of these requires 140 a minute, good lord, times 4, that's another 560 screws. The world's screwiest factory. And each machine only makes 40. 560 divided by 40 is another 14, count them, 14 screw assemblers. Blimey. And the blueprint has 3 in. So we need 3. Where am I going to put all of these? Just keep going that way, I guess. So I did 3. I then need 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. Primary. Obviously, you don't actually need, because I'm going to rebuild it all. I need to put the recipes on them. But we might as well. Okay, so I just added 14 of those, which is 100. So we need another 140 rods. Okay, and aren't they 15? So that'll be another 9.3 of that. Yeah, they're 15. So we need 9. If I pop in just one extra machine there. Okay. And then, wait, how many? 9.3, so yeah, we'll do 3 3s. So I get them again. And so 1. What are we out of now? Cables again. That's home plate. So I did 3, didn't I? So we do instructors. I think I got them backwards. So that's okay. We've added 10 more, so we need another 150 ingots. And each ingot does 30. So it'll be another 5 of those. I added 1. We had 1 extra. So we just need 4 more. Which is what our blueprint is. Okay. So I think, in terms of like putting all the machines down to see how big they are and how many we need, that's it. So the big learning here is that rods is a bit nuts. And screws is bonkers. Screws is bonkers. We need this to be 3 rows, don't we, really? I think. The right one. So how many have we actually got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 35. Wow. Well. So, like 3 rows of 12 is where we kind of need to be in reality. Okay. That tends to suggest... I mean, where would 12 be? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 is ending here just from my throwing them in. So it needs to be wider anyway. So we need to be... Oops. Like this wide. Oops. As just a general point for our factory. Okay. This is how wide we need to be. To get 3 rows in, I assume we use this for belts, like the one side. And then these are about as compact as my thing will do. So it also needs to be wider. I could, of course, spread them out, you know, through other, you know, layers and stuff, but anyway, the point of this is we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the row for us to do belt mess, basically. But am I including... What about this row here? No, this is extra, isn't it? So if we're going to have like ramps and stuff around the edge to run up, that's extra again. Okay. Hello, Galaxy. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Whoops. What the heck did I hit there? So yes, our the footprint needs to be this. Well, plus a an annex. I'm gonna have an annex on my factory. Okay, which means the runny bit, the stairs need to be all the way out here, don't they? Because if this is the runny floor, am I judging that right? So if that's straight down, yeah. So those need to be there. can leave that in. That is the floor. Everything else is going to have a lot of room. Screws is just going to be this one insane floor where it's just like mad numbers of factories. But that's fine. Rid of that bit. Is that one too many? So that's 1, 2, 3. Wait. We've got. This happens to be 3 wide. So if that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1. What? So that's the row for doing belts up and down shenanigans. Then we've got 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide. So we would need 1 here. Oh! We need 1 here. For belts up and down shenanigans. And then it's actually 2 over, isn't it? So that's not right with the floor. That should be there. And then this is where the the stairs going up bit is. So they've got lifts in the 1.1, haven't they? I hope that's not horribly complicated to set up. Okay, so like that. Why have I got my entrance there and then it's all the way over on the edge here? Yeah, it'd be better if the first up run was here, wouldn't it? I managed to confuse the heck out of myself when my first attempt at the game and doing it. I did like these at the ends of the factory. There were, effectively ramps doing that. We didn't really have stairs in the game as such, and I managed to do it so that like floors 1 and 3 were connected like that, and then there was like 2 and 4 were connected, and then 3 and 5 were connected, and so I was trying to run up to like floor 3 or floor 2, and I had to like jump off a ledge and like run around and go around a corner. So yeah, try not to recreate that. We'll just have a single ramp going up. Okay. If we say 1, 2, so if we start that there. No, start that there. Yep. So this then is the. Oops. Come on. There you go. That's that bit. We do want the floor in anyway. I better go out the range of the. There we go. There we go. So take that. So this is the corner here. That goes up to that level. Nice. And out of iron plate again, because of course. We might run out of iron plate. That'd be an annoying thing to go back for. So I don't think the truck's got any. So yeah, it'd be nice if the like next level of that finished on the corner. Isn't that a bit less confusing? So I think actually a two gap there would do that. Is that right? So that goes to there. No. It wants to be a 3 gap. So you need to put it there. And then it goes up to that corner. And then this is the bit here. Like this. Take that out. That floor back in. No, that's not the right floor. Right. So... hope they're not important. So it comes up to this corner here. Then I go that corner. So punch that hole in. No, that hole in. That one back. So this is the top level of our factory. So I'm going to maintain that gap so that I can fall into it, just as nature intended. Okay. So this would chop off here basically. I need to redo these so that it's 3 rows. I've predetermined, haven't I, that this is going to be built in that direction, because the factory is an oblong shape now. Oh. Hopefully that'll work. Whoops. Yeah, so the uppy downy belt shenanigans needs to be here. Okay. Let's see how much of the factory... Oops. Floor plate, as it were, that we can make. I could also maybe put this in here. Make this my proper entrance. Why does that look like... yeah. So... they're making a mass production factory of heavy modular frames. I wouldn't necessarily describe it as mass production. It's 2 assemblers basically. Are they assemblers? Whatever the top tier machine is, isn't it? That makes heavy modular frames. So, it's what am I out now? Concrete. Effectively 4 a minute, which is that mass production in this game? The numbers seem to be nuts to me. I'm not entirely keen on the balancing still. I thought they'd kind of like fixed it basically so that it wasn't so insane. And I know I can do things like overclocking and all that sort of stuff, but that would need me to put more power in, and I don't want to put more power in. Not until I've got nuclear. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that counts as mass production. It's significantly more production than I'm managing at the moment. Let's put it that way. I've been putting those 1, but I'm going to bang my head doing that, aren't I? So if we do it like a 2 gap, I'm sure the Pioneer would not appreciate the headache. Okay. So that goes to there. Then we run across here. Take that one out. Yeah, so we need to get rid of all that, but that's fine. And then get rid of that one. So those can go. And that's where the gap is, okay. Fill in this little gap here. Go on. Oh. They're really very tall, them tick things, aren't they? How far over does this need to go? So this needs to be like on there, doesn't it? There. Oops. There. We're getting there, we're getting there. Fill all of this in. Ah. Oh. To there. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. And we got another hole here. Wait, no, I've gone too far there, haven't I? Way too far. This isn't neat. It should have been deleting things, not adding them in. Yeah, so all that needs to go. Because this is, yeah, those are my screws. And I need to punt them down to there. Okay? I need to fill this, whoops, fill this roof part in. Oh, I've run out of juice. Okay. Because all factories need to be square boxes. This is imperative. Can't do anything fancy. None of you being pretty here. If it's not a brutalist square box, then I don't want to know. Okay. Missed a bit there, haven't I? Okay, so I think that's my floor plan. No, it isn't. Got a bit missed there. To there. And the gap's here, isn't it? Do I want the possibility of falling to my doom? Maybe. Okay, so that's that side of it. Now we do obviously need to put in the concrete piece as well, but I don't quite know how I'm going to do that. It would be probably better if it was on the level that it's needed. Which level is that though? Is it up here? Yeah, so concrete's not needed on it. Sorry, concrete is needed on this level, not all the way down there. Do we move that so that it pokes out the side here? That's a bit weird, isn't it? I think I'd need to do several things of what do they call them, the holes. But yeah, I think this needs to be on the side here. I've done it just in one big line, which is kind of going to look a bit weird, but that's fine. Actually, the factory needs to go one more, doesn't it? Because these are bigger, slightly bigger. So if that gets moved a little bit further that way, we actually need 2 rows. In the assumption at some point I put in extra ramps. Oh. Okay. But that therefore means we've got plenty of... We could do a... Because that's 3 wide, isn't it? So if we had one for the ramp, 1 for the belt holes, 3 wide, belt holes, ramp. So it would kind of fit perfectly on the side here. How big does it need to be? If it's just one big row of machines, it's... What's that? So it's more than 10, which I don't have the material for, but I can steal them since we know we're not using that. It's too far away. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. Because each one width-wise is about 1, isn't it? So it's like... Yeah, because it ends up being 10. Okay. So if we left like another hole there, and then we took this 10 out, we're out of iron plate again, oh dear. So I don't know what those gloopy bloopy noises are meant to be. Weirdly fluidy. If I sort of grab power over here, so it needed to be 10, didn't it? So we've got sort of a walking row, and then this is where the 10 needs to start. 10 long, 10 long, 10 long. Fill in the mist one, and then we need 1 for this belt shenanigans. On this end, belt shenanigans on that end. And if we have a ramp row, okay. Cool. So I think that's the factory at its required size. Now all we need to do is absolutely everything else. Crikey. Deary me. Maybe we should just start at the beginning. If we start with the smelting. Well, one thing I know is these are in the wrong place. That's an absolute certainty. And how many of these have we got? Oh, in fact, I've got 2 sides, haven't I? But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So if we had 21, we could do 3 rows of 7, which is like 2 of my blueprints with 1 machine chopped off. Yeah, I think that would work. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, that means we need to put Oh, what might I have now? Iron plate again. I could deconstruct these machines, I guess. I have to, aren't I? Because I haven't got the iron plate. It's going to be annoying doing that. What the question I really have there is around the belt speed. Because we need to supply 30 a minute. Right? Oh, if I'm saying I put 7 in, 210. 210 from a belt point of view is supplied by a conveyor Mark III. But with like 60 left over, which is 2 entire machines. So actually we could support 9, is that right? So 270 divided by 9 is 30. Yeah, so I can actually support 9 of those with a... Oops, no. All the buttons. So one of those... Yeah, so a Mark III belt support 9 machines, which would be 9, 18, and then I'd have 3 left over, which I could support with one of those, plus we'd have 1 left over. So partly think I don't have level 1 belt, so if I start doing a lot of stuff with level 1 belt, it didn't quite work. So we go level 3. I got a fair old bit of that. Okay. Now, therefore, a belt hole for our first machine, I guess, would need to be somewhere here. And then we put conveyor Mark III output. And then we pop in. I didn't get any more iron plate, did I? Because I didn't deconstruct any of these. This is where I discover it didn't fit. So if we go smelting, inputs on that side. Machine needs to be fairly close, I think. Oh, gold. Oh, gold, I'm going through scenery. Why does my light keep turning off? Smelting. Input is on which side? This side. Okay. So it needs to be lined up with that, which I think is there. Is that right? Yeah. So we go Mark III belt. Like that. There. Because it provides 270, it provides 30. Oops. 60. 90. Which takes it down to 180, which is still too much for 2. One more. It's down to 150, so we could do another one with level 3 as well. I might just whack in. Oh yeah, I did the Mark V belt, didn't I? Whatever. So if we put in... Oh, wait. Get it all? No. Perfect. Get it all. Managed to Take out the floor as well. So it was 9. That's 9. And then blueprint. Or would it make more sense? Because I need that to go to both iron plate and iron rods. So how much do I need to go here? I need to go with iron plate. For iron plate, I've got how many machines? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 machines, and each needs 30 a minute. Is that not a perfect match for what I've just done? 270. Okay, so the first row, this row, these can all go to iron plate. Okay, that's cool. So I don't have to mix them together or blend them or any shenanigans. I'm gonna have to. So where would my repeat point be? It would be kind of there. Why does that not? Why does that look to be too close? Pop that in anyway. No, I think that's okay. So we do need to get rid of one of those. Connect that. Things are making gribbly noises. I'm just going to whack that, connect that there for a moment. Yeah. Can't you just fly over them or something? No. I think I used to fly over them and just hammer the key, get it to work. What are we out of now? Missing material. 1 iron plate. Okay. Okay. So we put just 1 in. Like that. Not the whole blueprint. No. What? That one. Connect that. But then we can get rid of these guys. Not the floor though. The multi-selector thing on the thing is both awesome and absolute pain in the backside. Let's just blanket do everything. And then I'll undo the floor bits. There we go. Why are you no amp power? Oh no, it's because you don't have a recipe. There you go. Okay. So I think I'm just going to whack in 2 or 3 belts throughout. Those can be fine. They're fine. Just go there. So more to do with the fact that that's what I've got on me than anything else. Okay, so your output then can come out of here. It's in the middle. So I'm just doing that so I know where to put the other one. So it's right on the edge. Whoops. There. Of this one. So it's there. Is that right? I think so. And it's a Mark III lift. Other way around, please. Perfect. Perfect. Awesome. So this one goes to here. And this is where we need to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 iron plate jobs. Ah, dear. But it's alright, we can blueprint this whole factory and just copy paste it. Oh wait, no, that's not this game. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, if I'm doing 9, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we need 3 of these. We don't have the materials. I'm going to keep running out of iron plate, aren't I? I want to leave them there, really. I think these will give me some iron plate back. Only a tiny amount, though. Imagine running out of iron plate. Okay. Yeah. So coming out of here. I think if I flip it round. Because where am I taking this? This is actually going. It's not going up. Is it going across? This isn't the reinforced iron plate, is it? No, that's the steel stuff. And then that's for steel beams. This is the encased. So it is going up. But it's going all the way up to the top here. He says, not very confident. That's your modular frames. Yeah, so it's going to somewhere here, okay? Because the smelters are smaller is one of the things. But I was going to flip it round, basically. So I would do... the input would then be on that side. I think that takes me a bit too close, doesn't it? Or is that going to work? No, it's a bit too close to the other side. Oops. I keep doing the R button. Wrong game. So if we do them there, then it moves the material that way. I could have, built shenanigans and stuff, but... Okay. So those 3 there... making iron plate. Okay. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've accidentally hit the cable. Most of the stuff. Yeah, seem to have no, I don't want to do that. Let's put that back in. No. Okay. That should give us the materials though. So we can now put in constructors. Are you the same way? You must be because the power piles overlap. Okay. And I guess if I clip the power poles, then that's the repeat on this blueprint. But I then need to take out one of those power poles. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. Is that the clipped one? Oh, it is. Okay. Power that together. And that. And then they all need. No. That recipe. That worked? Yeah, that worked. Okay. Deary me. Again, let's just connect it to my random power thing. I'm curious to know how close, because this is only connected at the moment to the small, and I worked out before that it would blow the power on that, but it's only connected to the small power build, coal power build I've got down by the lakeside. I suppose it's probably an ocean technically. But yeah, so there's that as a question. But then we want Mark 3 belt, there, connect you together, oops, there, you together, there. In case it wasn't obvious, this isn't 1.1 where I believe you can sort of do that automatically. Like connect the belts up or something. And 1.1 apparently is meant to hit very soon, 10th of June I think. So next stream I won't have it, but stream after I will. So we'll have to see what it breaks in my factory. Mark 3 output and belt, and then so our up, let's do the same thing, positioning the conveyor hole, but our up gonna be on that edge again. So it's this one here and there. But it's not stopping there because that's rods. So it then goes up to that one. That's screws. So it's coming up to here. Okay. So we need... Well, how much is actually coming out of here then? So, because it goes down to 20, doesn't it? And we got 9 machines. So it becomes 20 times 9. 180, which is too much for level 2. Okay, so we stick with level 3 then. Oh, no. Lift. That way. That way. So this would be the first ingredients for our reinforced iron plate. Using our... Was this the... No, the other one's the alternate recipe, isn't it? So I might as well put these in and then kind of see if I can work out... So I might do the same thing, break the screws up into... Although they kind of maximally fill that space. Yeah, okay. How many of these did we end up with? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... So 6, wow. But those I'm shoving straight that way, so I don't have to worry too much about alignment and stuff. These are assemblers, aren't they? It's reinforced iron plate. Okay. Let's see if we can... You are... Okay. Oh, okay. No. No. Oh. Right. There was 6 of them, wasn't it? 6 assemblers. I guess if I actually have the input come in... Which is the input? The input actually is on that side going that way. I can't flip... No. Can't flip recipes. So... What am I saying? Where's... There it is. Because that's the output. So design basically should align with that. Which is fine, but I've got all of those in the way. Guess I could... Yeah, I'll just move it, I'll just belt it round basically. So if we put this on, say, here, and then do I overlap the power poles again? I think so. Yeah. No? Yeah, because they're sort of overlapping anyway. It took the wrong one out. Yeah, that should be connected to there. Is that powered? No? What? Yeah. Huh, interesting. Yeah, so we'll just weave the belt around, I think. So probably want to turn it round. And then Mark 3 to that one. It's probably not going to be very convenient, but we can kind of adjust because I suspect this will end up in the same sort of place. And then I want, because this was, what did I end up doing it as? Mark 3. Okay. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3 laser doing reinforced iron plate? Yeah, iron plate. Okay. Okay. Right. Well then. So I think every remaining machine is providing, is that right? It's providing its output. Every furnace rather is providing its output to a rod making machine, because these are just chopped up rods. And then those use screws. This recipe that I picked uses screws. Oh wait, they're going in there, are they? Reinforced iron plate. I thought reinforced iron plate. No, it needs screws as well. Okay. Okay. So actually, the output from this first machine goes into this second machine. Okay. Okay. And both of them then need screws. Okay. So although there's like millions of them, it's not actually all that complicated. Now, how many... You're only making 5. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it's literally conveyor 1 territory. About the whole thing. Okay. So these guys need... Yeah. Because if I have this come out... Ooh. You know, like that or something. I assume that's connected to some power. Let's just move it out the way. And then what are these? These are alternate bolted frames. Okay. I'll bolt your alternate frame. No. Okay. There are 4, weren't there? So we want assemblers. We can line it up. Which is the front? No. There we go, there's the front. So the input... Why are you not giving me alignment things? No. It's on the corner. That's all that matters. I guess it wouldn't, because one's 2 and one's 3. Okay, and then we overlap the power poles. So... Take the power pole back out again. See what mess it's caused. There. That there. So this was the alternate. Whatever it is. Bolted frames. Let's have a look what that does to the power as well. Obviously come back and kind of connect it all back up properly. Oh, look at that, that's spiked. So we're using half the power, as I suspected. Means we would not be able to run our factory really. So yeah, we'll put that in there. And what level? It's just level 1. Okay. What are you? Yeah, you're level 1. Doo-dee-doo. So we need to bring screws up for both of these machines, but we need separate supplies basically. Okay. But these guys, that machine also needs them. Okay. How many of these are we outputting? 5, 10, 15, 20. So we're only putting 20 out. So we can do the same thing again, I think. Oh. That lined up. Yeah. So I've got so little iron plate that I don't think it's wise putting that in, but I'll just literally take that over. I haven't done my blueprint for them yet. Oh! I have no power. Okay. How are we doing on time? 6:40. Tempted to just put the sort of concrete in as just a relatively easy job. Because these guys are the only things using concrete. Because screws and rods and stuff is, I think it's simple in a sense, but it's not a 20-minute job. Yeah. Where would your output go then? At the moment I've got it there, and it's going in that direction, and it literally just needs to go up to you, doesn't it? So actually this is a good like place and direction for it. If it goes to the end there, and we do a conveyor hole up, and we can just sort it out on the other end. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay, so if we reposition them, we got 4 of these making encased industrial beams. So just sort of maybe get most of it, put the floor back in. No. Okay. They would have been assemblers, wouldn't they? And we want the output on that side. But we've got a bit of room to play with, so maybe we put them there. How far over do I want to do this? So, because it needs some other bits and pieces, which is going to be a few things passing through, basically, going to the top. So if we just sort of give ourselves a bit of room, it's not going to hurt us, I think. Overlap the power poles. And take it back out again. And reconnect it. And it's encased industrial beams. Nice. How many do you... well, if we just go and spam the concrete in. How many concretes do we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we could do 3, 6, 8, 10. So we do need to do like... Well, it needs to line up with one of these. But it's going to be like... It might well be like Mark IV belt even. Isn't it? We've got... We need 36 for each machine. Times 4. 144. No, so it's level 3 again. Okay. It's the other end that's going to be mad. Oh wait, I put that... no, it's because I'm thinking the output goes that way. We could always bring... Well, I can bring that. Basically the belt kind of needs to come this way. And like go around the back. Otherwise I'd have to rebuild it all. That's fine. No. R is just so ingrained in my muscle memory to rotate things. Oh, I need to make the whole thing wider as well, don't I? Forgot about that. So what we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, say there. And then there. So we need probably several lanes of concrete coming up, but what I think we might have a problem with here is that my output goes in the other direction. Yeah. Was it? Because all the blueprints are designed to do that basically. So it goes in on one end and out on the other. And it's obviously manifold design and stuff. I could just loop it back on itself. I think that would be fine. So if we make sure that this is more on this side. It's too wide this anyway. So you want to be sort of there, I think. So do 3, 6. Take this power pole out or I'll forget. And then the 201, which is that one. That looks like 3. 2. So that would be then... Oh, we're out of cable. How are we out of cable? Because I've been connecting cables, I guess? That doesn't really make any sense, does it? Oh, we can get rid of all of this. But let's just leave splitters so I remember. Because it's 10, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah. And we've got 6. So I want 8. Take the power pole out. And 10. Boop. I'm fascinated to know how much power we do actually use. It's very evident that we're going to blow it. I only did it based on the machine, so it didn't even, you know, the manufacturing, it didn't even account for the extractors and stuff. We totally blew the power budget for this 450. Okay. What you actually need to do is concrete. And I've got 10 machines. Oops, doing concrete. And that's 45 times 10. It's 450. Which means the belt we would need to use is Mark 4 belt. Thank you. That's going in there. Yeah. Oh. But going out, we established it's a third of that, so it's 150, which ends up being Mark III belt. So yeah, we want to go to there because it's all sort of reversed on itself, but it is what it is. So maybe take that there, and then across to there. But our floor hole, I guess, should come up here, or there even. And needs to be Mark IV. Oh, why does that have a... Oh, I put the wrong one on there, haven't I? Oh, I can just reverse them, can't I? Yeah, because I put the input. There we go. There we go. And we need to copy... Paste, paste, paste. How are we doing on time? 10 to 7. Come on. Okay. So we would need to provide, whatever it was, 450 concretes. I happen to know, well, unless they've changed it, there's like a bunch of concretes over there. But there's also one back here that we're already... In fact, there's one right there. Oh, and there's one there as well. Desert's lousy with them. What are they, though? Normal, pure, good, and pure. Excellent. So I think we should be able to bring in the concrete. That won't be a problem. Okay. What we probably do need to do, though, is kind of establish a foothold or something. I worked this out last time and I can't remember how to do it. Actually, let's not deconstruct that bit so I can get to the end. Without falling to my doom. So get rid of that. Miss anything? I did. Them out. Take you. Oh. You not got power. Oh, I've just disconnected it in a way I was not expecting. Oh, the problem is I took that power out. Okay. Why are you not reaching? No, I nearly did it again. Yeah. So yes, this needs to be Mark 4 coming in. But it won't let me do that. I have to do... I can't remember how I did it. I mean, we know it's... Oh, we don't know because it's there. Okay. It's like kind of... Two in from this, three in from this. There. And then... What's that going to be there? There we go. Wait, is that not connected? You're being weird at me. No, it didn't work like that. I can't remember, but... It's end of stream time anyway. So we need something. So this is why I'm thinking of doing Sky Factory, and why I'm sure a lot of people do. Don't have to worry about them. The things. I guess I don't know where it will be coming in, but that needs to be roughly where we're bringing in concrete, or I take it up there and maybe take it around and go up or something. I don't know. You know, maybe I'd take it up here and then across to our little annex. Our little annex. Yeah, that's the concrete done. It's also these guys done. Encased beams. Okay. And where is your output going? Your output, what rate are you coming at? 6, 12, 18, 24. So it's not even a Mark 1 belt. So if we say this came out here somewhere, our floor hole would need to be right on the very edge. Right on the very edge. Like here. Let's put it inside. So then it would be aligned with that. And this is the second one in. So it's... Oh. It's right where we've got a machine. Okay. So it'll be level 1. Is that connecting? No, it's poking at the top. I don't need it to connect anyway. What I need is for this to connect. There we go. So my manufacturers are not going to quite be there, but that's fine. Production, manufacturer. I just want to have them built so that I don't, use the materials for something else. Heavy modular frames, heavy modular frames. Awesome. So I think I'm going to end up extending this like one over. Oh, in fact, I already anticipated that, haven't I? Yeah, that's that gives me a bit more room with them, but it means that I've got to extend all of this as well. All this concrete, eh? All this concrete. Yeah, okay. So I'm sure next time we might finally finish Blueprint AutoConnect. Oh yes, that's from, yeah, for version 1.1. That's a new incoming feature, isn't it? So hopefully that'll make things a little bit easier. Oh, you've already got max power, have you? Okay. So I might as well connect these guys up as well. So I'll come back round and sort out the power lines and stuff once I've got all the machines in. But yeah, next time it's steel, various steel things, and various untold amounts of rods and screws. But all of our screws basically need to go from that level to various machines here, so I need to build them so that it matches. That's probably the first job, really, because that'll be more complicated. We then need to actually supply it with resources. Oh dear, it's not quick, this game, is it? It's not quick. I've basically been streaming this the same. I mean, obviously I played the Factorio game lots and lots off stream, but I've been streaming the two series in parallel. And as you can see here, this is now the 16th save for this series. What's the total play time? Does it give me the total play time? Yeah. Total play time then is 68 hours. Yeah. And on the other one, I don't know what it is on the other one. It's probably half as much again, I would suspect. So we've probably done 100 hours on the Factorio one. And the Factorio one, what, half of that, at the very least, is me making this mega base. You know, I finished the game. I'm done. And I don't think I'm even about halfway through this, given how big all of the scale is after this. I mean, I get it, because it's a single map, and I think the intention is you sort of play it with, your same factory all the way through, and I know people do 500-hour playthroughs of this and stuff like that, but yeah, it's a different pace and different scale and different speed of game, really. Let's bring the schedule up, because that is it for today, and that is it for this week. We will be returning next week. There's no changes. The Factorio series that I'm going on about will be continuing. I have been, as I say, twiddling about with it. I probably will again. So we'll have to see where we get to, but I suspect we'll be building the 2400 scale satellite and white science and rocket production. Probably won't finish that, I wouldn't think, on that stream, but we'll get pretty close. As I mentioned, if I do mess about with it, I will be focusing on the intermediates, so the green circuits, red circuits, blue circuits, steel, those sorts of things. Clearing out biters as well, so that we can build, if I don't end up like just deleting the biters. Satisfactory series will return on the Sunday, where we will be, as I mentioned, making untold rods and screws and a whole bunch of steel things, and then connecting up a load of resources. Again, I suspect that may not actually fit into that stream. We might have to do a bit extra. What I'll do for prep on this, hopefully, is go and get a load of extra resources. We've run out of iron plate, basically, and I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul all the time, so I'll dash back and sort of top up those resources, or dash. It's a 20-minute round trip. I'll probably also make sure I've cleared out all of that rubber and plastic again. I'm sure there's hugely useful things I can do with it, but at the moment it's just a nuisance. I shouldn't suspect, I don't in any way think we'll get this finished next time, but if we do, we'll move on to nuclear power. I'll set up a nuclear power thing, because to do I have the actual... no, I need to make the AI... the supercomputers, don't I? So I can unlock the actual nuclear power research. So maybe I'll try and do that as well in between. Cool. So yes, that's all the streaming plans for next week. Yes. The other thing to say is if you're watching on either Twitch or YouTube, you can watch on the alternative. So if you have a preferred platform, you can do both, because I use Restream to stream to both. However, on YouTube, you have all of the VODs for this series, the Satisfactory, this is the Factorio one that's also running, as well as a whole archive of Factorio series that I've played through, which includes all like Bobs and Crestorio 2 and a No Spoon run and my first attempt at a Mega Base, loads and loads of Factorio, as well as Dyson Sphere program, multiple of that. My last Satisfactory, where I ended up getting annoyed and stopping, and Tectonica, for example. So lots of building and management games. They're all archived as VODs on the YouTube channel. There is also an archive of when Factorio Friday Facts were running. I used to do speculation and raid through videos on that, which people used to quite enjoy those. I used to love making them. I wish they still did them. Yeah, you can watch a whole archive of that. People do still watch them. They're quite interesting, I think. I suppose it must be quite interesting to see what I was speculating about when it would happen and what I got right and wrong. I have no clue what I got right and wrong. But there is also what's going live at the moment to replace that is a series where I'm speculating about the lore of Factorio. There's a video live for everybody, which looks at what I think the engineer is. Somebody posted a comment, I keep saying this, with a better theory. So I'm going to adopt that theory. I'm going to basically steal it. But I'm going to do a video examining that properly. The video that's about to go live, that is already live for members, memberships are available on the channel. They get you early access to videos. The one that's about to go live is where I look at how you shatter a planet. So there is the shatter planet in the DLC, and it's really about the mechanics of doing that. So it's quite mathsy and stuff like that. So hopefully I don't lose people, but that's the one that's coming up. What's just going live on, I think, Friday for members is the third video in that series. And I won't say what that is. I did kind of let it slip yesterday. But yeah, that one will be available as another member exclusive. Members are getting about a month plus early access to those videos. And it's quite a good way to, I think I'm going to try and, like, in a sense, crowdsource the ideas to see what people actually want videos on, and focus that on members. Socials, if you want to follow me, really, Blue Sky is the only one I ever post on, mostly about when I'm going live, but occasionally just the odd tweet and, like teaser for videos and stuff like that. So there's that. I do technically have a Twitter. I don't use it. Discord is available if you really want to, but I'm not particularly active on that. So Blue Sky is the one. So yes, that's when we sort of self-promo and all that sort of stuff done. If you have been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Satisfactory. Thanks for watching. Cheers.